Hey YouTube, this week I'm going to talk about how much effort you put into stuff. I'm going to start by reading you a story that you'll probably recognize. It's in 1 Samuel chapter 2, starting in verse 12. Now the sons of Eli were scoundrels who had no respect for the Lord or their duties as priests. Whenever anyone offered a sacrifice, Eli's sons would send over a servant with a three-pronged fork. While the meat of the sacrificed animal was still boiling, the servant would stick the fork into the pot and demand whatever it brought up be given to the Eli sons. All the Israelites who came to worship at Shiloh were treated this way. Sometimes the servant would come even before the animal's fat had been burned on the altar. He would demand raw meat before it had been boiled so it could be used for roasting. So basically, they had duties as priests, and there was a certain way God commanded the priest to do things. He wanted it done a certain way, to this exact measurement. He just had very specific instructions, and for good reason. And Eli's sons decided that it didn't matter. They didn't really care about what the Lord thought about what they were doing. They were just going to do what they wanted to do. And because of that, if you read later, we get into the story where God calls Samuel and tells Samuel, tell Eli that him and his sons will be, wiped off the face of the earth because they refuse to obey me. And I'm not here telling you that when you don't do everything God gives you to the way He wants it done exactly, that He's going to destroy you, because that's not what's going to happen. But God has a reason for telling you to do something a certain way. And even if He didn't tell you to, if it's just something in life, like your boss asked you to sweep the floor, or something of that nature, do it to the best of your ability. It says in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatever's ye do all for the glory of God. He's saying, look, whether you're eating or you're drinking, you're doing your daily chores, you're at your work, doing what your employee has asked you to do it all for the glory of God. Do everything to the best of your ability so that not only glorifies you, but also it glorifies the Father, because you're doing it for just the sake of saying I'm a Christian and I work hard. And the reason I'm like this is because that's how God made me. It not only helps to glorify God, but it makes you a good person. It gives you good character. And it's a lot easier to get a job that way, to make friends that way. And really overall just to have a better, more fulfilling life. Eli and his sons could have been great priests. But because they decided that, it wasn't important for them to follow what God had told them to do the exact way, they were destroyed and Samuel was put in their place. Thanks for watching. I hope you think about this as you go through your week. Doing whatever it is you do, give it your best effort. Glorify God in what you do. See you next week, YouTube.